The office of absent legislator Stell Parker Selby says it can handle constituent concerns, but this woman disagrees.
The resolution has not been reached, and we want answers.
Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Chrystina Bird says about 2 weeks ago, she reached out to Representative Stell Parker Selby's office for help with an open case. This is important because Parker Selby has been absent all year, and her office claims it can handle outreach and concerns. But in an exclusive interview with Coast TV, Chrystina Bird says, at least for her, that didn't happen.
We spoke with Chrystina Bird at her home in Milton about an open case against a healthcare provider. She says the state agency handling her complaint was not returning her calls or emails. So Chrystina called her representative, Stell Parker Selby.
The person on the other end of the line said his name was Sal, and that he was handling things for the representative in her absence. And I asked him, because I wanted to deal with her specifically, I asked when she might be returning. And he said that he doesn't have an answer for that. And I asked if she's doing okay, and he said that she's healing.
Bird tells Coast TV that Salvador Alarcon, Parker Selby's legislative aide, listened to her story and said he'd reach out on her behalf.
And I was very appreciative. I said, yes, please, and forward me, whatever correspondence, but then I didn't hear anything.
Bird says she didn't hear anything for 2 weeks until she received a call, but not from who she expected.
It was Child Support Services calling me after they received an email from Sal at Representative Stell Parker Selby's office about a claim, but she was very confused. She didn't have me in her file.
You were calling for a medical issue that you needed help with.
Yes.
And according to the call you received, your inquiry into Stell Parker Selby's office about a medical complaint got into the hands of Child Support Services.
That's correct.
How did that make you feel?
Very discombobulated, uncertain about what had happened.
You don't have a child support case.
No.
You don't even have underage children.
No.
You've never had underage children in the state of Delaware.
No.
So there would be no reason for you to have any sort of interaction with any child support services here.
None.
The House Democrats' Director of Communications, Genevieve Worley, says Representative Parker Selby's aide followed the correct process and provided us these screenshots showing Salvador Alarcon reached out to DHSS Constituent Relations and a specific contact at the agency. Both screenshots black out who Alarcon sent the emails to. Worley tells us Parker Selby's office, quote, is more than adequately prepared and capable of handling constituent issues. Worley says Parker Selby's office responded as soon as they heard from Chrystina. Chrystina disputes that.
He said, so what can I help you with?
And this was this spring?
That was actually 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, so early June.
Yes.
But that still doesn't answer how Chrystina's case got to child support. When we asked that, Worley said, Representative Parker Selby's aide did not reach out to anyone within Child Support Services. That may be a question for DHSS. Chrystina believes Stell Parker Selby herself should have handled the issue.
I feel compassion and empathy for Miss Parker Selby, but I also believe that it's important to suit up and show up. And if we're not able to suit up and show up, then we must resign.
New questions and still few answers for the people in District 20.
The legislative session resumes tomorrow, and if District 20 Representative Stell Parker Selby is present, that will be the first time all year as she has missed at least 141 votes. And I do want to add, I did speak with Chrystina shortly before this broadcast. She said she still has not heard anything since from Representative Parker Selby's office, which represents the area you see here on your screen. District 20 covers Milton, Lewis, Harbison, and Georgetown, and has about 23,000 registered voters.